to the fonts video time, and in this video we are going to be making a normal physics engine in Python. So let's get started. Okay, so this is how the physics engine is going to be. You can see all the controls over here, and then you can add balls, you can draw, and if you press G it will go down. So and if you press R everything will go together. And so let's press R, and then you can make like your own pathway, like sorry this is the right path, then this, then it will go in two ways, and the one that reaches to the end. And then you can add your balls and see how it is. Now you can see that if you add too many balls it would go out of the area because there's too many balls to handle, and then if you release it everything will go down. Okay, so now you know how it will go. We can start creating this project. Okay, so the main first thing we are going to be doing is importing every single library we need. So import sys, import pygame obviously, and then lastly import pymunk. Pymunk is what you say. So pymunk is a basic physics engine or a physics library that makes you doing physics work in Python easier. So that's pymunk put in simpler terms. Okay, so import pymunk, then import pymunk.autogeometry, then after that imports pymunk.pygame.util, that means you can use it with pygame, and then from pymunk import blit, and that's it. Oops, sorry, blit. There we go. Okay, so first I'm not gonna go in order like from define main. I'm gonna write all the functions first, then I'll go to the main part. So I'm gonna write all the code first, then at the end we will do the main testing. Okay, so the first thing we're going to be doing is making the function called define main. So obviously define main is what you say. Define main is basically just the pygame.initialization and everything else. So pygame.init, then the screen is equal to pygame.display.set_mode, let's say 600. Okay, set mode, let's say 600 by 600. Okay, so now we have the width and height of everything. Now we can go and type in clockety clock is equal to pygame.time.clock. There we go. Okay, so we are going to be adding the parentheses in. Now after that we are going to be adding in space. So space would be equal to pymunk.space. We're going to be adding in this, and then space.gravity is equal to 0, and let's say around 982. I'm just putting in random numbers, but well, you know what, not 982, let's put 980. I'm just putting in random numbers to test it out. Okay, now for static would be equal to like our bodies or our segments near to that. So pymunk.segment, okay, would be space.static body. So yeah, the static body, and then we're going to be putting in 0 and minus 50, let's say, and then after that let's put in minus 50 and then 650, and at the end let's put in 5. So these are going to be our. So what is the segment? So the radius is our thickness of the segment, and then after that you can, so it is like a shape. So the shape we are going to be starting with, and like the main points and everything would be called in a segment. So we can just put the hyphen over here, and let's copy this thing. Let's say around 1. Oops. So let's copy this, and it's the 1, 2, 3, and the end we don't need this. So everything would be the same, just the only difference would be that I am going to be changing the values. So this would be then 650, 650, and 5. Then this would be 650, 650. Then this would be 650 and minus 50. Then this would be minus 50 and minus 50, and 650 and minus 50. Okay, now we have all these static values. After that we can put for s in static, we are going to be adding the collision type. So we are going to be adding the collision type. So collision type is 1. That means that if it touches it, it should stop. Like it cannot pass through, or it cannot just push it as much as it wants. Then we are going to be doing space dot add the static. There we go. Okay, now after that we are going to be going in for define, another define, and I'm going to name it pre-solve. Yeah, there we go. So pre-solve, I'm going to be adding in some arguments called arb. Then obviously we're going to need the space, and we are going to need some data of how bouncy it wants to be and other. So s would be equal to arb.shapes, and then I'm going to be putting in 0. Then after that space.remove, s.body, and s obviously, and at the end I'm going to be returning in false. Okay, so now I'm just going to be putting in a few more code for this. Yeah, there's not much code left for this. Then after that I'm going to be adding in another function. So let's just name it define help text, and inside it for now I'm going to be keeping it a pass because I don't need anything inside it for now. So help text, it's going to be doing our geometry, and the text we had put in it's going to be showing that too. Okay, so now we can continue and add in space dot add collision handler. So it's going to be basically, it's in the name, it's going to be handling most of our collisions, and I'm going to be putting in 0, 1. So it's going to be collision type A, I don't want anything. Collision type B, so I'm just going to be saying that what type of collisions I want, and trust me, I spent a lot of time finding these values. I just put it randomly. Okay, the next would be dot pre-solve is equal to pre-solve. Yeah, and now we are going to be needing a terrain surface. You mean like the what I show you, that the outlines, that's going to be our main terrain surface, right? Okay, so terrain surface is equal to, so terrain underscore surface is equal to pygame.surface and I'm going to be naming it 600 600. Then terrain surface, that means dot fill, what we're going to be filling it with. I'm going to be naming it pygame.Color, and let's put it white. You can put in any color you want, but I'm putting in white. And color is equal to pygame.Color.the colors, and I'm going to be putting in pink. So you saw the pinkish area that I was drawing, that's going to be this is going to be the color of the area. So you can put anything for the background and anything for the main area. So now we can put in color like that. So color, oops, sorry, I did it wrong. So the next we need to do is pygame.draw.circle, and I'm going to be putting in terrain surface, color 450 and 120, and after that I'm going to be putting in 100. Then I'm going to now leave this over here, and now what we have to do is now go to the help text, because after this it's not like that, it's actually draw help text. Now there's one reason that I am doing this now, because the next code is going to be related to our help text. So first we're just going to be putting in the font. So font is equal to pygame.Font.Font. Let's just put it to Calibri. Is Calibri good? No, let's just put it to none. I don't want to be fancy, you know. I just want this to be a normal, nice one. And I'm just going to be putting how big it should be. Now the text is equal to this, so text is equal to LMB is equal to draw area, then after that this, and then LMB plus shift is equal to add balls, and then after that I am going to be putting in the next one G. So G is going to be equal to, let's say, make area expand, draw area expand, and then we are going to be putting in make area expand, and the last one would be, so R is equal to reset. So these are going to be all of our controls, so our left mouse button, and the others. Okay, so first I'm going to be starting with y is equal to 5, then for line in text, what I'm going to be doing is text is equal to font.render, and what I want to render is line 1 pygame.color. So what color we are going to be putting in is black. Okay, now the next thing is screen.blit, and it would be screen.blit text, and then 5 and y. So 5 and 5 basically. Okay, after we have that, I'm gonna be putting in y plus equals to 10. Now that we have that, we are going to be going into it's going to be another it's a function, and it's going to be called generate geometry. It's the one, I think I wrote it here already. Oops, I didn't. Okay, so define generate geometry, and I'm going to be putting in surface and the space. Okay, so let's now make our generate the geometry. So it's simple. So for s in space.shapes, what I want to do is if has attribute is s and the generated, so generated and s dot generated. Oops. Oh, just wait a second. Yeah. Then what I want to do is space.remove s. And yeah, that's basically it. And then I'm just going to be adding in another function inside. So sample function, and then I'm going to be putting in the point, try, so we still have a lot of code to go. We are like not even halfway there right now. Okay. Okay, so okay, good, everything is going perfectly right now. Okay, so now we are, let's just go back to our dot try, and try is equal to p is equal to integer point of 0, and then I'm just going to copy this, put in like that, and put this to 1. There we go. That's we're done. And then after that, color is equal to surface dot get at p, and then return our color dot hsla 2. That's what we want to get. So this is going to be the lightness and everything. So this is going to be our basic lightness. What it's saying? Yeah, okay. Oops, so we have to click here. Let's just add the space. And now let's go to accept. Okay, exception. So exception should be as e. So exception as e. I'll print e, return e. Yeah, that's what we want to do. And then let's get out of our sample function, back into our generate geometry, and then we are going to be putting in line set. So our line set is equal to pymunk, so pymunk.autogeometry.march soft. I'm going to putting in bb, capital B, 0 0 599 599, and then after that 60 60 60, oops, 60 60 60, and the last one should be 90. So 60 60 90 sample font. There we go. So that's going to be our line set. Now define polyline. Oops, sorry. So for polyline, in line set, what I'm going to be doing is line is equal to pymunk.autogeometry dot simplify curves polyline and 1 2 0. And what is it? This was not closed. Sorry, it's not like that. It's 1.0. And there we go. Now we just have a long for loop to write. So for I in range of length return the line -1 part 1 is equal to line 1, so p1 is equal to line 1, p2 is equal to line, sorry, it's not line 1, it's actually line I. So p2 is equal to line I plus 1, like that. And then after that, shape is equal to pygame.segment of space.static body, and then part 1, part 2, and 1. This time it is actually 1. Okay, so after we have shape dot friction is equal to 0.5. Then after that, we're going to be adding in shape dot color is equal to pygame.Color red. And then the next one would be shape dot generated is equal to true, and then the last thing in this is space dot add, so space dot add shape. And there we go, we have the whole, so we have half of it done. Now let's go back to where we had left our dot main. So we have left our dot main in the pygame.draw circle near that. Yeah, so we are at pygame.draw circle 450. Okay, so now let's continue from here. So now we are going to add in generate geometry, terrain surface, and space. Okay, for x in range, let's say 25, what we're going to be doing is that mass is equal to 1. Then after that, okay, we are good on time. So movement is equal to, movement would be equal to pygame dot movement. Is it pymunk? Pygame? Oh, sorry. Pymunk dot movement for circle mass 0, 10. Body is going to be equal to pygame dot body. Yep, body. So pygame dot body mass and movement. There we go. Body dot position. So our body dot position is going to be equal to 450 and 120. And then after that, the shape. So obviously we have to look at the shaping. Shape. So shape is equal to, pymunk dot circle, and it's going to be body and 10. Okay, so now shape dot friction 0.5, like we put it before. Then after that, space dot add body and shape. Now we don't have a lot to do. We only have like 3 lines of code left for our define main. So let's use it. Okay, so draw options is equal to pymunk.pygame.util.draw options screen, and then pymunk.pygame pygame underscore util dot positive y is up. I know that's a weird name. Is equal to false, and then the last thing, FPS is equal to 60. Okay, now we have around 40 lines of code to go, if I'm correct. 40 to 50 lines of code. Okay, so what we have to do is that we are going to be making the while true. So while true, yep, everything is going true for now. So while everything is going true for event in pygame.event.get, so what I want to say is if event.type is equal to pygame.quit or event.type is equal to pygame.keyDown, so key down, and in continuation, what we have to add is event.key in pygame.k underscore escape pygame, oh my god, I did a spelling mistake. Pygame.k underscore q. There we go. And then after that, obviously we have to put in this, and I'm going to be putting in sys.exit 0. What? 0. Now it's red. Okay. So now this will be a little bit long, but not that hard. So just bear with me, okay? Okay. Elif. So elif event.type is equal to pygame.mouse button down, and event.button is equal to tree, then pass, and then another elif event.type is equal to pygame.key down, and event.key is equal to pygame.k underscore r. So that's for reset. Terrain.surface.fill is our pygame.color. Surface.fill. So terrain surface.fill pygame.color, and then the color should be white. So for s in space.shapes with space.shapes, what I want to do is if has. So I'm gonna go up, and then I'm gonna copy this line of code here, and then I'm gonna just copy it and paste it over here. So if has attribute is equal to, so if is this and s.generated and space.remove s, and after we do space.remove s, what I want to do is to add another elif. So we are just going to be doing elifs all the way till the end, okay? So another elif, and that elif would be called elif event.type is equal to pygame.keyDown this time. So pygame.keyDown. Then what I want to do is and event.key is equal to pygame.k_g, then generate geometry. So we are going to be doing a generate geometry terrain surface space, and then another elif would be event. We are just going to be able to copy this and paste it over here, and then what we are now looking for is k is p. Then we are just going to be taking a picture. So pygame.image.save screen deformable.png. Now we come on to the main part now. Yeah, there we go. If pygame.mouse.get_pressed, what we're going to be doing, oops, sorry, I did a mistake here. So py.pressed and putting in a 0 in the end. Now what I want to do is if pygame.get_mods and pygame.kmode shift. Then after that, what I want to do is mass is equal to 1, movement is equal to 1. Then after that, what I want to do is movement is equal to 1. Movement is equal to pygame.movement for circle, and this is not pygame again, this is pymunk. So pymunk.movement for circle, mass 0 and 10. Then after that, body is equal to pymunk.body, so .body over here, mass and movement. Then after that, body dot position is equal to pygame.mouse or .mouse .get_pause. Then after that, what we want to do is shape is equal to pymunk.circle body, and then shape.friction obviously is 0.5. Shape.friction is equal to 0.5. We have done this a lot of time. Space.add body and shape. Now I'm going to be putting in an else over here. Now color is equal to pygame.color, and I'm going to be putting in pink. Pause is equal to pygame.mouse.get_pause for the mouse obviously. Then after that, pygame.draw.circle terrain surface color, pause, and 25. Okay, now we don't have much left. So after we do this, space dot step 1.0 by FPS. Okay. So then after that, what we have to do is screen dot fill. Now what we want to fill the screen with would be, so what we want to get mods and pygame.Command shift, and all of this would be here, and there, yeah. So space.fill with pygame.Color, and what color I'm going to be choosing would be white. Okay, sorry again. So now screen.blit terrain surface, obviously. Then with terrain surface, what the positions are going to be would be 0 and 0. Okay. Let me just. Okay. Now space dot debug draw. Now it's going to be like our helper. So draw options. So dot draw options, and then I'm going to be draw help text. Now and I'm going to be putting in draw options, obviously. And now we don't have much left. Okay, so draw help. Okay, so let me just check between these two. Okay, so this would be screen. You want to write it in the screen. Then after that, the next thing I want to do is pygame. I usually do this in all of the game. Pygame.display.flip. So just to make sure, because if you don't flip, everything looks kind of messy using pygame and other stuff. Then after that, clock.tick FPS, obviously. And then after that, the last thing is pygame.display.z_caption would be, let's say, pygame physics engine. Actually, it's not pygame, it's pymunk. Now let's get out of this, and if and then underscore name is equal to and then underscore main, then sys dot exit main. And after all of this, we should have the game up and running. Okay, so in line 67, we have an error. So space dot add static. Okay, so let's check what error we have. So space dot add static. So it should be like that. Now what else errors do we have? Okay, which line is that? 45. Yeah, I put pygame. It should be pymunk.segment. Now what else errors do we have? Okay, so you can see that line number 84. So I got confused between pygame and pymunk a lot. So that's what usually happens to me when I use pygame together with pymunk. I usually so I did a mistake here in the controls. So let's run this thing again. So we don't have to click. So just hover around the part you want to make it go to, then press G. So now I'm going to do it like this, and yes, it's working. So actually I should have done this. Actually I did something wrong, so it should be hover to expand. So we can just do it like that, and then we can just draw anything you want, like that, and then if we press G, let's just make it better, and then we can add in the balls and everything, and it will work. Now one thing you can see is that let's just cancel this. We can make the balls also out and make it fall down. So yes, this is simple physics engine in Pygame. So I hope you like this video. Please like and subscribe. Until next time, the Pond video time is